Okay, boys and girls, I'm back. It's your boy, He-Bot, with another video. And let's talk about what I want to talk about is it's time for the Xbox gamers and community to call out these Japanese developers by not putting their games on our console of choice. No more damage controlling for them. No more excuses for them. No more letting it happen because they have no excuses. They're acting like nationalistic dummies at this point. There's no excuses. None whatsoever. Because they're real quick to put their games on Game Pass because Microsoft pays top dollar up front. And at that point, everything's copacetic. But to put it there by themselves, they don't want to do it, right? When all they have to do is put the games in the store digitally. And it costs them nothing. And they can charge whatever they want. Whether it's 10, 20, 30, 40, 60, 50, whatever it is. And we have the choice to buy it at our discretion and leisure, right? There's no strings attached because you don't have to pay for shipment, you don't have to pay for storage space, you don't have to pay for shelf space, you don't have to pay to import it to the Americas, you don't have to pay for the box art, you don't have to pay for the distribution of the box, nothing. You just put it in the store digitally, and if someone buys it, Microsoft gets a 25th or a 30th% of the sale, and they get 70% of each sale. And if you really, don't want to do it that way and just want to be your greedy bums that you are, then you can always tell Phil, hey, can we put it on Game Pass? How much you'll pay us? And see what deal they'll work out. Because I'm pretty sure Phil will do a deal and he will be okay with it. Because he's trying to put as many games as possible on Game Pass, especially that are for more different diversities and genres, especially Japanese titles, because he knows that we don't have as much love and support from the Japanese developers the way that PlayStation and the way that Nintendo does. So there's no excuses. When you see a developer from Japan that they don't put a game on Xbox, it's basically because they only support their console from their homeland, like Nintendo and like Sony, because they're Japanese-made products. They're Japanese-owned products. There's no ifs, there's no ands. Stop acting like it's not true. Stop acting like it's He-Bot creating a conspiracy. No, it's called pay attention, keep your eyes open, have common sense, and let's act like adults about it. You see it. It's clear as day now. It's clear as day. It's no longer not visible. And I've been calling this out for the whole generation, last generation. After 360, because I said it during the 360 era, everything was woohoo, let's go, because the 360 console was the leading platform and everybody was buying games on the 360 more than the PlayStation, because the PS3 ratio was 1-to-1, one game per console sold. On Xbox 360 it was 1-to-8, meaning every console that they sold for 360, the people bought at least 8 games at that point in time in the spot with the 360. That was the ratio number. So again, they would put it on Xbox because they knew they were the leading platform. The difference was they stopped after a while because the 360 didn't sell well in Japan. We know this, just like OG1. So I understand if the market's not there in Japan, then why make the games and bring them out if the Japanese audience didn't want the games, they didn't want that console. But the American audience is completely different from Japan. If you cater to the American audience, they'll buy your games because we've been supporting Japanese products forever. In fact, it was Americans that made Nintendo and Sega big. It wasn't anybody else. It was Americans. when the fucking Nintendo NES came out, Super Famicom 1, with Mario Brothers, with Gyromite, with Rob, as a toy, when they lied to the toy distributors in the stores, they acted like it was a toy, an electronic toy, and it was really a video game console. And it was us, the Americans, that supported it after the crash of the 80s with Atari. And Nintendo, essentially, with lying, saved gaming. But it was Americans who did it, not anywhere else. Because even in the homeland of Japan, the Japanese market, the Famicom and the Mach 1, 2, and 3, a.k.a. the Sega Master System, wasn't selling as well. Not the numbers that did in the Americas. No way, no how. So, not only did we say, now you're acting like American consoles are not important, like the American gamers playing on an American console don't respect or care about the Japanese games when we've been playing them since the inception, since day one. So, now I see a bunch of so-called Xbox dudes in the community that think they're representative of the entire community because that was their God-given right, according to them, in their mind, trying to call out these Japanese guys saying, oh, why is it not there? I seen one particularly where Turbo TV, shout outs to him, Turboverse TV, a new up-and-coming YouTuber that he already surpassed me in subscription base, and he don't really know much. He just repeats Twitter articles he sees and puts them up and talks about it. But he's really nice guy, humble. He keeps down to earth. He doesn't really be toxic or anything. So, go support him because he's a good guy. He's a good guy, and I can't lie. But I'm just saying, in the context of things, he doesn't really know gaming, or he says it himself, he admits it. But, I think it was Jez Gordon. Yeah, the Jez Gordon that I like to talk, it was talking shit about me, and I said something to Rando Thor, and said that I had no pee-pee. That punk. And then didn't say it in my face and had me blocked, and I couldn't see it. Him, that one. Trying to call out Japanese developers when they never did it before. Before, he was saying things like, oh, they don't put Japanese games on Xbox because Xbox gamers don't support them. When that's a lie. Because Final Fantasy 15, Kingdom Hearts 3, Dragon Balls, Dragon Fighters, Monster Hunter World, all them games did phenomenal on Xbox. Said by the companies themselves, did phenomenal. Being the non-leading console. So there's no excuses. None whatsoever. So again, like I said to you guys, it's time for the Xbox communities to start calling them out. There's no excuses. Yesterday I saw IN put up saying things like, they put up that they're making a brand new remastered version for the Americas of Cotton, the shoot 'em up that was on Sega Saturn and PlayStation. An amazing little shoot 'em up with a little witch on a broom. And it comes with the original game. Love that game. Love it. And now it's coming physical just for PlayStation and for Nintendo Switch. No Xbox version to be found. When I'm one of the original players of that game. And I know other people that are as well, like Sega Man. So you're saying we don't count because we play on Xbox? The Xbox don't have real gamers that support and were fans of those games from back in the day? I hit them up on Twitter, I tagged them, and I hadn't seen not one person that follows me or that saw it on Xbox, in the Xbox community. Not one retweeted. Not one. Not one. Then you wonder why we get ignored. We get ignored because we don't be vocal about what we're saying and what we want. We say we want them, but we don't act vocal. Or they come out and then we don't put and tweet up and show pictures that we bought it and support it. With just a selected handful of people that do. We want to be treated with respect and kind, and so we don't miss out on these games, and we don't have to be forced to buy third-party games that are not exclusive or owned or published or funded by companies like Nintendo or Sony, and yet they get him on their platform. We don't want to be treated in the wayside. We have to vocalize our voice and our voice be heard. We have to let these developers know, like Hamster Corporation, bringing out all these arcade classics like Vendetta and Vigilante and Double Dragons 2: The Revenge, the arcade edition, all to PlayStation and Nintendo, and yet they're not on Xbox. For Christ's sakes, I just saw the takeover on PlayStation 4, and that's not even Japanese, and that's not on Xbox. Even though they said it would come to Xbox, it's on PC, it's on Steam, it's on PlayStation, it's on Nintendo. That beat 'em up is fantastic. Xbox gamers deserve a chance to buy it and play it on their preferred console. So do the favor and boom, make sure you put it on Xbox. Come on now. This is ridiculous. But I blame Xbox brothers as well, because we don't let our voice be heard. We sit back and allow it to happen and don't say nothing. Asti Bree, why is it not on Xbox to shoot 'em up? That needs to be on Xbox. Why is an American game like Gauntlet that came out on PC only on PlayStation and not on Xbox? Why? Why? There's no excuses. You can put it digital and you lose nothing. There's no risk. Or you can put it on Game Pass and you still benefit and you still win. Because why? Because the goddamn game, you're going to get paid for it up front. You're going to get cash money flow. That's the only reason you see these games on Game Pass, like Dragon Quest Heroes and Dragon Quest Builders. That's why. Because they're making money. People discover them, play them at no risk, and like the game, enjoy them, and go buy them, whether it's digital, whether it's on discount, whether it's physical in GameStop. That brings awareness. So there's no excuses, because you're going to win as Japanese developers and publishers. You're going to win no matter what. Whether you put it on Game Pass or whether you put it digital, you're going to win. You're going to make an audience, because you get the biggest chunk of the pie, and you're still going to win. Because you're going to make money up front. And you guys know it. So when I see a Japanese publisher or developer not put their game on Xbox, that just tells me they are nationalistic dummies. They stick with their own kind and they don't want to support anything else. And that is dumb when it comes to business and when it comes to things like video games. I'm not talking about your ethics and your cultural beliefs and behavior. That's different. No, I'm talking about business 101. You don't alienate a market or an audience that potentially can make you more money. You just don't do that. That's not smart business. Anyone that thinks that is, please let me know. How is that smart business? And stop saying, no, it doesn't matter about the relationship with the Japanese developers. No, bullshit. Because the minute that they go to Game Pass, the relationship is real good. They show them that green, and like, yeah! Okay? Stop it. I'm glad that the console is doing well in Japan. But why is it doing well now in Japan? One, because the S is super small, and they like the little compactity of it, and they like the Xbox features, because all the features that Xbox are giving you are free. Like back compat. Playing games enhanced, boost, or enhanced for free, right? Especially Game Pass. They like the idea of having Game Pass online, not having to buy the games through a digital server, play at ease, play at the palm of their hands, exclusives day and day, even third party, without having to pay an extra cent but what you pay monthly for the service, because it's a bang for your buck. Even the Japanese and the Chinese are not stupid. They're not stupid. They know. That's why it's starting to sell better for the first time in Japan. And yes, I'm pretty sure scalpers over there doing it the same. Why you think they're scalping Xboxes? Because it's popular. Because it's red hot right now. So they know they're going to make money. They never scalped an Xbox One or a 360. Well, yeah, they probably did then, but or an OG Xbox, for example. Why? Because, well, not even the 360, because the 360 didn't do well over there. So you didn't see that. There was no problem. Now they're scalping this shit. Because the Xbox Series X is that hot right now. It's that hot. Or the S. Very popular, very hot commodity right now. Very hot product. People want it because bang for their buck. The bang for their buck. The bang for their buck. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it right now. We know that Xbox is killing it with Game Pass. No smart person, a human being on this planet can argue that and say that's not true. You getting games on the palm of your hands day and day. Third party, first party, don't matter. That helps protect your investment. You can play the games with no risk, with no fucking, worries about, damn, does this game suck? I just paid $70 for that shit. No, you play it. Oh, this game really is good. Bow, then they go and buy it. Whether it's digital or in the store, physical, the way, depending on their choice of what their, favorite way is to either own it physical or whether it is to, play digital. It's a win-win. You can't do that on PlayStation. You gotta go buy the game, $70. If you don't like it, guess what? You're fucked. Your ass hurt. Same way, like, if you buy, even on PS4, because then you gotta make the decision, well, am I going to buy the PS4 version or am I going to buy the PS5 version and wait, even though I haven't got my hands on a PS5? Because then I can't get the enhancements if I don't buy the PS5 version. And I have to buy it again. You see? So again, it's common logic. Let's call these developers out. Enough's enough. Enough is enough. Anyway, guys, give me a thumbs up. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs down. If you didn't like the video, let me know what you think of my comment and my topic down in the description below. I'd like to hear what you have to say. Please do not troll, because I will not waste my time with you. On top of that, share the video with someone you think might like this video. As always, to all my continued supporters, I love you from the bottom of my heart, because without you, this channel is nothing. It means nothing, and it's not sustained. There's no point without you. If you're new to my channel and you like what I'm doing, you like what I'm doing, hey, I invite you to come back again. And if you subscribe, thank you, because I know you didn't have to. And I know it wasn't your obligation to. So because you did, I consider you now part of my familia. Remember that. As always, you guys can find me on social media under HeBot8 on Switch and on Xbox Live. On the PlayStation Network, you can find me under Alpha from Sky. All one word, all lowercase, all one word together. On Instagram, you can find me under C_respect. And on Twitter, I'm still working on it. So I'll let you know when I get things sorted out. So guys, if you ever want to help me out in any way, shape, or form, from the kindness of your heart, it's simple. You know how to do it. It's all down in the description below with my PayPal information or my Patreon. But remember, it's not obligated. It's if you want to, because you like what I do and you want to help me out because you like me. Or if you want to make any donations that you want me to highlight anything on my channel, like review something, for example, it will be an absolute honor and pleasure for me to do so. Just hit me up on the DMs on any of those places, like Xbox Live, for example, or even on Instagram. And we'll work out the particulars and see what we have to do and go from there. Guys, see you on the next one. Love you. Keep it gaming. Xbox for life, like a sickness that can't be cured. That's my saying. That's my slogan. Don't get triggered, people. It's all in gaming. It's all in good fun. Have a blessed weekend, guys. Bye.